And I'm sure that there's times when you felt that weight of what are they going to think? What are they going to say? And it's held you back from moving your business forward because you're just like, I can't do that because what if they say that? I can't do that because what if they think this? Does that ever happen to you? You know, it's happened to me quite a lot.
You're watching the Stable Business Podcast. I'm your host, Jenny Bush, and I'm here to chat all things equine business with a new episode every week from me or the best in the biz. Now, before we get started, hit the subscribe button and don't forget to click the bell to be notified when a new episode drops.
You know, this happens a lot. This happens an awful lot, probably more than you realize, is that people have, especially when it comes to their businesses, they have a big fear of judgment, a big worry about other people's opinions. And you know what? We've all been there. We've all been there. So today's episode is all about the fear of judgment, especially in the equine business world. And whether it's from other equestrians, non-horsey folk, other businesses, competitors, it can be really, really daunting. But don't worry, we're going to tackle this spooky thing, this fear together head on. So by the 31st of October this year, we're gonna have at least some ideas on some of these scary things. And if you're enjoying the spooky series, don't forget to head over to Instagram and let me know. Find me at Equine Business Assistant because I would love to hear your views or your thoughts or screenshot and share that you're enjoying the series. Share it to your stories and I will share it too. Okay, so we're going to think about fear of judgment for a moment. And I've had a lot of clients. I've worked through a lot of this with a lot of my clients. And I'm sure that there's times when you felt that weight of what are they going to think? What are they going to say? And it's held you back from moving your business forward because you're just like, I can't do that because what if they say that? I can't do that because what if they think this? Has that ever happened to you? You know, it's happened to me quite a lot. And I've spoken about, I love my mum, but sometimes, the judgment just, she doesn't mean it like that, but it comes through. And sometimes we've also been in those positions where I had a position where I was teaching recently, and again, somebody gave their opinion about me publicly, and it was at the time it was probably more upsetting for the other person than it was for me because again, I've worked through this, and I've realised that what I do and why I do things my way has got value in it, and we are not cookie cutters, and especially in business, and we need that. We need business owners who aren't cookie cutters. And in order to do that, in order to stand in your own power in your business, in order to be able to take it forward, you have to break free from that fear of judgment. And one of my favorite sayings is all about actually, I used to care what other people thought until I tried to pay my bills with their opinions. And it's true. You know, everybody's going to have an opinion. Everybody's going to say something. Everybody's going to, find something. But you've just got to be able to do what's right for you and what is going to ultimately grow your business and get you the results that you want and pay your bills. Pay your bills, pay for your horse, buy your new saddle, buy your horse box. You know, you've got to be able to do that. And so I've connected with so many equine entrepreneurs who have also been there and they've faced that fear. And once you get over it, it's really, really inspiring. And it's hard to share some of the details because I don't want to pull up any particular clients over it. But one of the things that I often do when people have got that where they're worried of fear of judgment is I've got some special energy work that I do specifically around fear of judgment and going out there and looking for other people's opinions. But one of the things, if this is a fear that you're struggling with, if this is something you're struggling with at the moment in your business, I want you just to grab a pen and paper and just write down everything possible that people could say about you. Like all of the nasty things. Get it out of your head. Look at it in paper because sometimes when you say it out loud, sometimes when you see it, you'll see how ridiculous a lot of it is. How ridiculous it is for you to be worried about that. And you can do that and you can look through it and then you can come up with your counter if you need to, like put it on one side of the page and then just go, well, actually, the answer to that is this. Or do I care about that? When you actually look at it in a way that's different from just letting your brain go round and round. And oh my goodness, what are they going to say? And all this stuff, because the brain will just churn it into into something else, and it will just grow and grow and grow and grow. Whereas actually when you're like, no, I'm just gonna put it down there and then I'm gonna read it and I'm gonna sit with it for a minute and I'm gonna look at those opinions and smile and go, okay, they might think that of me. That's okay. One of the opinions that people often have about me is that I'm too nice. I've heard this, and they don't say it to be, they don't say it as a compliment. They actually say it almost like it's a, yeah, like it's a bad thing. It's a bad thing. And now I just laugh. Like there was a time when it's like it used to get to me because they thought that because I was nice, I was soft. I wouldn't hold people to account because I was nice. That I was like, I've just got a different way, do you know? And actually, I just know what gets results and what doesn't. And actually, if I turn into a screamy, shouty, nasty person, does that get results for anybody? No, no. It's actually the fact that I'm nice and I'm approachable means that people can open up, they can be vulnerable, and I can get them to a level where they can move forward. Where they can actually go, yeah, I can do this, rather than like, oh my gosh, I'm going to be shamed, because I don't believe in shame or blame at all. So think about that. Like, how are you going to navigate that? How are you going to build that resilience, build that confidence around, yeah, the worries of people's opinions and judgments? Because we do need to have some self-confidence to go, yeah, I'll take that. That's fine. You can have your opinion. You're entitled to your opinion, and to not be triggered by it, to not be reactive to it. To actually go, well, I can disboot myself from this. Because then you come from a place where you're self-confident. And again, this is something that I used to get really, really tied up with, because I used to confuse confidence with arrogance. Because sometimes people come across really, really confident and it's arrogant in their confidence. And it's almost like they're not aware that they don't know it all because they think they do. And so I used to think, I don't want to be confident, because if that's what it is, that doesn't open me up to growing if I think I know it all. So you might need to even reframe, what the confidence looks like for you. And then you're able to set those achievable goals, celebrate small wins, and actually go, yeah, I can do those things that scare me. I can go out there and be visible because I'm not afraid of what people are going to say about me. I can go out there and do a talk because I'm not afraid of, having competitors come at me and their opinions. Because this does make such a big difference. And I was talking to one of my clients recently. She was speaking at an event, and she was so worried about, what if there were competitors there, what if there were fellow, and they thought something, and I was like, they're not your people. They're not who you need to, their opinions don't matter. Their opinions don't pay your bills because they're not your clients. They're not going to work with you. So the people's opinions that you need to be working on and caring about are the people who are actually going to book and buy in from you, and you need to focus on those. Because she was like, oh, there's this person there, and there's this, and I was like, and how many people are there who are your ideal clients? How many were there? Because sometimes we can get focused on, well, there was a competitor over there and there's that one competitor. But if there was 50 people in that audience, 49 of them could have been your ideal clients. That's where your focus goes. And again, if we allow this worry, this fear of judgment, this fear of people's opinions to step into our space, it can shift us from our path, which is why we have to clear it. It's why we clear it, so that we can show up, so we can serve, so we can be visible for the people who need us. So, how do you do that? So one of the things that I would do is I work with people on an energetic level. I've got some things I do as a one-to-one basis that we can work through. But say, have a look at just writing down everything you're worried about, and I want you to ask, if I wasn't worried about this, what would I think? What would I care? And start to reset things. And as well, when it comes to sort of judgment, we are going to get those negative comments. We are going to get those negative criticism. And sometimes just being able to handle them gracefully in a way that it doesn't trigger any inner wounds, any inner child things that are going on, turning that criticism into an opportunity for improvement. So I'm just trying to think of some that I've had recently. So somebody said they joined the Stable Foundations Hub, which is my DIY level, and they said that they weren't learning anything new in it. Well, because it wasn't the right program for them. And if they'd have actually spoken to me, I'd have probably said, no, that isn't the right program for you. and said you probably need to do Hub Plus if you want accountability and you want the next level, or you need to do Pro. So sometimes you can use that criticism constructively to actually put things in place. Another one was said that they needed more accountability, so I put that in. Yeah. So you can get those things that could be conceived as negative and actually turn them to your advantage. So sometimes when we are not afraid of the judgment, where we're not afraid of that opinion and we're not going to take it from a place of defensiveness, we can then go, and we don't need to go on the offense. We can go, oh, okay, that's interesting. What can I do to grow from this? But so you can't grow if you're not in a place where you can feel confident around the criticism. So I hope this episode has been useful to you. Do let me know if you've had any thoughts, if anything's come up for you, if you've managed to actually do any of the exercises that I've suggested, or if you'd like to work with me. Get in touch, head to jennibush.com, or find me on Instagram at Equine Business Assistant. And I'd love to know what your thoughts are. If you managed to make it to the end, screenshot and share and say that you've watched the episode or you've listened to the episode, and I will share that too on Instagram. But for now, enjoy the spooky series, and I'll be back with episode 5 tomorrow.